Hi, my name is Masayasu AOTANI. I am an associate professor at Kyoto University. This is a short video of my self-introduction. So, without much ado, let's get started, and let's start from the very beginning, that is my birth. I was born on April 25th in 1954 in Osaka, Japan. Osaka City, Osaka in Osaka Prefecture in Japan. To be more precise, I was born in Nishinari ward of Osaka City. I mainly grew up in Habikino City and Tondabayashi City in the same prefecture, Osaka Prefecture. And I attended Kyoto University. When I started my college career, I was an intended biology major, but soon I switched to chemistry, biochemistry and stuff, and I have a BS in chemistry from Kyoto University. After graduating, I moved on to graduate school at the same institution, so at Kyoto University. But midway through the first year of my graduate study, I decided to move to the United States, where I ended up spending the next 20 years. 20 years. I spent almost exactly 10 years on the East Coast and another 10 on the West Coast. While I was in the States, I attended 5 graduate schools, starting with the University of Maryland. They are the University of Maryland, where I studied chemistry, Princeton University, where I studied physics and chemical physics, and the City College of the City University of New York, where I studied physics and mathematics. Then University of California at Berkeley, mathematics. Finally, San Francisco State University, Japanese pedagogy. Yeah, Japanese pedagogy. That's interesting, isn't it? So, for all that, I have two doctorates to show for all my effort. One is a Ph.D. in mathematics from the University of California at Berkeley, and the other doctorate is an EDD, Doctor of Education in Second Language Acquisition, or teaching English to speakers of other languages, TESOL, known as TESOL, from Temple University. When I was talking about the graduate schools I attended in the States, I didn't talk about Temple simply because this EDD I received from Temple, Japan. The Temple University is based in Philadelphia, as you might know, but they have campuses, at least 2 campuses in Osaka and in Tokyo, in Japan. So my EDD is from Temple, Osaka. Anyways, I have those degrees, and I have autism, a mild case of autism spectrum disorder. So I have difficulty not so much with communicating with others as understanding how others are feeling. But that's simply because, like, I can't use my own feelings and my own emotions as a guide, you see, because I'm different. While I was in the States, I taught at 11 four-year universities and 4 junior colleges. Among them were Princeton University, the University of California at Berkeley, and 2 summer appointments at MIT. The courses I taught ran the gamut. I taught chemistry, biology, mathematics, statistics, physics, astronomy, Japanese language, business, electrical engineering, and computer science. I did it over almost 20 years, right? Over 10 years or 15 years, something like that. I also, I'm the oldest child in the family, and we had some financial problems, so I had to work, okay, just to alleviate that financial problem, and I ended up working for almost 10 years, I think, full-time and also part-time in industry. I worked in industry. A part of my stint in industry I spent in Silicon Valley, so it was a good experience. Over the 20 years, I was in the States. I moved from chemistry to physics to mathematics. Currently, by the way, I am also interested in studying insects, amphibians, reptiles, and fish. Macroscopic biology or ecology or environmental science, whatever you call it. Maybe I should call it environmental science to get funded. I'm quite serious about this work, and one sign of that or evidence, one solid piece of evidence of my seriousness is that I purchased 17,000 square meters of forest in Kashiwara City in Osaka Prefecture for that research, and also for some personal fun. Incidentally, I'm also keen on improving Japanese students' proficiency in English. So I'm teaching English classes, language classes as well. In addition to the EDD I just mentioned, Doctor of Education in Second Language Acquisition, and TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages, I have perfect scores of 300 on TOEFL CBT, 120 on TOEFL IBT, and 990 on TOEIC. So I have, sufficient qualifications. Now moving on to more personal aspect. Excuse me, my computer is not cooperating. Okay, moving on to more personal aspect. I bleach a part of my hair. So as you can see, a part of my hair is blonde. Yeah, some people think I'm dyeing my hair. No, when Asian people, with the dark hair like this, when they bleach the hair, they become like blonde. Anyways, I bleach a part of my hair just for the heck of it, just for fun, and also to send a message to society, especially to Japanese society, that as a whole, that one should not judge, especially negatively judge, someone by his appearance. I'm also a skateboarder. At the age of 63, I'm perhaps the oldest skateboarder on campus, I think. But all these things don't mean I'm a joker or I fool around. Quite the opposite. I take my research and teaching very seriously. I'm dead serious about teaching and research. I typically come to my office on the average around 7:30 in the morning, and I remain here. I'm in my office now, by the way, and it's 11:30 p.m. Typically I'm in my office. By the way, it's Sunday too. I'm in my office until the following day, meaning past 12 midnight. Today is not going to be an exception. I have so it's more or less like in terms of research and education, my life is like 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. I mean, I eat and I sleep, true, but the spirit is like that, okay. My motto, I have several mottos, and one of them is being clean, just, righteous, and beautiful. My definition of being beautiful is just being clean and just and righteous and fair and hardworking and stuff, doing all those things. So I don't mean beauty in terms of skincare and stuff, no. Anyway, that's one of my mottos, and I have some others. Another one is not to hesitate. Don't hesitate doing things that people typically don't do, other people don't do. if you feel it's necessary or important or it's a good idea, then just plunge ahead and plunge in and do it. That's the spirit. Also, I think hard work, diligence is extremely important. Therefore, another one of my mottos is to work hard until you drop on your knees and you have to crawl forward, if you want to move on, something like that. I mean, it's exaggerated, but you understand. That's the spirit. And also, I want to be a challenger, so I want to be a challenger forever. That's another one of my mottos. And the following, by the way, the following two are not like mottos, but my wishes, I guess. But one of them is to be a boy. Oh, you can say to be a child, but to be a boy until I die. But my boyhood is supposed to continue. I hope, I wish it continues until the day I breathe my last. And finally, I also wish that I have a lot of diversity in my experience. So I want to experience a whole range of things, and I want to remain curious. I have published several books so far. However, there was only one English book that I published, and that book's title is Listening Comprehension and Overall Proficiency. So I haven't published anything in English in my major field of science and mathematics, but I have this publication. If you're interested, just look it up on the net. Maybe Amazon has it listed as well, but don't buy it. It's extremely expensive. Do you know why? Because it's not selling well. If that's not because of the quality of the book. I think it's a good book, except that it is too specialized. That's why. It's based on my doctoral dissertation, Doctor of Education. All right, that's about it. And I like to end this video with some contact information now.